Aaron, you have a lot of new weapons at your disposal. Can you just describe what it was like to fill out that lineup today?
Yeah. Obviously really excited having Joey and Anthony and what they bring to the table really as outstanding two-way players. And obviously we think they have a chance to really impact our team and our club in so many different ways. And, it seems like they've already fit in seamlessly into the room. So just excited to get them rolling and try and get them comfortable and acclimated as quickly as possible. And then Joely Rodriguez here as well, and excited to add him dimension that he can bring potentially to our bullpen.
We had talked to you the other day a little bit about Gallo before all the Rizzo stuff happened. What was your initial reaction when you had heard that you guys got him as well?
Anthony?
Yes.
Yeah, we're really excited. We actually found out, when we were on the plane last night getting ready to take off for Miami. So obviously coming off of a loss, a little quiet and all the buzz around the trade deadline the last couple of days, and everyone kind of trying to follow along as best they can. We got word of the Anthony Rizzo one right before we were taking off, and I think guys were really excited to get a player and a person of his caliber over on our team.
When you look at the outfield alignment tonight with Judge in center, is that something you can envision doing often the rest of the season, having both Stanton, Judge, and Gallo all in that outfield together?
We'll see. I don't know if I see that alignment necessarily too much. This is obviously unique because we don't have a DH scenario, but hopefully things go well and with G out there and he can be a part of the mix to where we can then use that DH spot as if I want to get Judgy a day here or there, or Gallo a day at some point, or somebody else, he can give us that flexibility. But this is more a product of obviously not having a DH in the National League Park.
Everyone, please note we'll have Brian Cashman immediately following Aaron Boone at approximately 5:15. We'll take the next question from Brian Hoke.
Aaron, what have you got going on with DJ and with Gio?
So Gio came out of the game the other day with some hamstring tightness. He was better today, got out there and ran around a little bit. I think was probably a little better than expected, but he's day to day right now. See what we have there. And then DJ kind of bruised or strained his tricep. So it was a little sore yesterday playing through the game. And then today was still a little sore. So they're both kind of in that day-to-day mode right now.
Do you think you'll have them this weekend?
I'm hopeful, but we just got to see how they respond to treatment and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
Next question from Brendan Cuddy.
Aaron, how do you see Luke fitting in when he gets back from the IL?
Yeah, we'll see. So many things can happen, obviously. He's getting live at bats right now, got live at bats today. Physically, he feels really good and is moving around as good as he has at any time this year. So we'll see how the next couple of days unfold and see where, where the roles, things change day to day all the time, and certainly have with us over the last few years. So obviously we know what we have in a really good player in Luke. So we'll see how the days unfold. But right now it's about getting him just back up to speed and getting some game reps under his belt.
And his name was pretty public in trade rumors. I'm sure he's well aware of that. Do you have any conversations with him to just reassure him of his stature on this team, or just anything regarding his future?
Not really his future, because I don't necessarily know that, but he and I spoke last night, and as far as the trade rumors and stuff, you can ask Brian about that, but understanding in Luke, we know we have a really strong and impactful player working his way back.
Thank you.
Lindsay Adler, you have the next question.
Aaron, you said the other day that Luke could be activated this weekend. Is he with you guys in Miami, and is that still an option?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
You said the other day that Luke could come off the IL this weekend. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I don't know about this weekend. He was at the complex in Tampa today, getting more live at bats. So we'll see what the next step is, if we want to do that, or if we want to start a rehab assignment, what we're going to do in that regard. We'll kind of continue to address that day to day.
Pete Caldera, you have the next question.
Aaron, can you talk about the Andrew Haney acquisition and where he might fit in for you?
Yeah, I expect him to join the rotation. We're very excited to add him. Pitcher of his caliber that, certainly provides some depth, as hopefully we continue to, get Stevies and potentially Corey Kluber back at some point, obviously. So I think at this time of year, making sure you have the depth, obviously with only one trade deadline now, you got to make sure you're covered. And the old adage, you can never have enough pitching to be able to get a guy like Anthony, who's an established starter in this league, who's, having a strong season this year. His ERA is a little high, but you look at the numbers and, it's less hits than in pitch, a lot of innings. It's a really strong strikeout to walk ratio. So this is a guy that can really pitch, that we're, familiar with, having faced and stuff. So we're excited to add the next depth that he can provide us.
And Martin, you have the next question.
Aaron, there was a lot of speculation that you guys would add some bullpen arms, and it doesn't. In addition to the ones you already added, that didn't happen. Considering how heavily you've leaned on the bullpen so far, I guess are there challenges in monitoring how you use the bullpen the rest of the way, since there aren't going to become any additional relievers coming?
Well, I mean, obviously we've added Clay Holmes and Joely Rodriguez to the mix that we think have a chance to really help us. Nestor in kind of that swing role with bringing in an Andrew Heaney. He can play, a number of different roles for us, and to go along with the guys that obviously have pitched for us in super high leverage, not only this year, but for a number of years. So feel like we have a strong group, a group capable, and, excited to move forward with it now that today's past us.
Speaking of today being past you, is there a sense of, excitement or something? That this is the team you've got here for the next 2 months to make this run towards the playoffs?
Yeah, no question. I think there's a lot of, the unknown from everyone, and players and coaches and front office, what's going to happen, what's going to unfold. And I think, we feel like we've added some really impactful potential pieces that can help us get to where we want to go. And so, it's been fun, I think, as a manager, as a fan of the game, watching the frenzy that's gone on the last couple of days. It's been an exciting trade deadline, to be sure. And, but now that it's here and that deadline's finally passed, and we know what we have now moving forward and what we feel like we've added, we're super excited to get on with the final couple of months.
John Schwartz, you have the next question.
Aaron, piggybacking off that a little bit, as you look at what you gave up on a major league level in the last week, obviously it's a couple of relievers that you liked a lot, but you didn't change your offense at all for the negative there. How much better do you feel like that lineup is right now as a result of these moves, just because you didn't have to give anything up to add those bats?
Yeah, I mean, no question. I mean, when you talk about the offense or the position player group, to add Anthony Rizzo and Joey Gallo, I mean, two all-star impact players, two-way players, excellent defenders, and obviously what they bring. And, obviously being left-handed, that's been talked a lot about, and given us that kind of, a little bit of balance to our team. I mean, I think right now on paper, we're certainly a better looking team, but now we've got to go, perform and make good on what we're able to do on paper.
Lindsay Adler, please unmute.
Aaron, if Heaney is joining the rotation, are there any other moves? Is anyone going to the bullpen?
Well, I mean, that could, we could do some things, obviously, with Nestor. He's obviously not only pitched great for us, but pitched in so many different roles. And, so we'll kind of explore, kind of get our arms around. Andrew's still in California, and we'll probably fly here this weekend. So we'll, get through tonight's game and kind of have those conversations about how we want to insert him and what we want to do from there. But those will be conversations now that we have, in these next 12 hours.